Hello all, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Hasmukh Goswami College of Engineering. I am Jaideep Chadia, Assistant Professor in Civil Engineering Department. In this session, I am going to cover the topic of basic civil engineering, building materials, its types, properties, and usage, which is your first year semester 1 subject. So let's learn something. So, what I covered: the introduction to the building materials, the properties of solid materials, list of building materials, details of materials, types, properties, and usage. So, introduction to building material. So, there are two types of material. First one is solid, second one is fluid. So solid will maintain its shape under its own weight and resist applied forces with little deformation. And fluid will flow under its own weight or applied forces. Fluid can also divide into two parts. First one is liquid, second one is gas. So liquid are essentially incompressible and maintain a fixed volume when placed in container, and gases are greatly compressible and will also expand to fill the volume available. So in construction, for most part deals with solid that used to carry load. So कंस्ट्रक्शन में सबसे ज़्यादा कौन सा फॉर्म यूज होता है मटेरियल का? सॉलिड फॉर्म यूज होता है. The building material industry is an important contributor to our national economy, and also no field of engineering is exist without their usage. And certain general factor which affect the choice of material for particular scheme is: major one which is climatic condition, another one economic aspect. So generally building material में सबसे ज़्यादा जो पार्ट होता है वो सॉलिड का होता है. एंड सेकेंड हमारा इकोनॉमी है, उसमें भी बिल्डिंग मटेरियल मेजर रोल प्ले करता है. एंड फॉर एनी पार्ट ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग these materials are essentially to sustain. एंड उसका चॉइस हमको कैसे करना है? सो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन environmental conditions, availabilities, and the amount for which it costs. So due to great diversity in usage of buildings, a great variety of requirements are placed on building and materials calling for very wide range of their properties. So वहाँ पे रिक्वायरमेंट डिफरेंस होती है और डिफरेंट रिक्वायरमेंट के रिस्पेक्ट में हमको उनके डिफरेंट प्रॉपर्टीज भी चाहिए, सच एज स्ट्रेंथ, टेम्परेचर, रेजिस्टेंस टू द ऑर्डिनरी वाटर, सी वाटर, एसिड, alkalis, etc. Likewise, if we are constructing building in normal situation which is away from the sea coast, then it is safe against sea water. But if you are constructing near the sea coast, then the concrete properties should be safe against sea, because sea water contains maximum alkalis and which can damage the part of building. So now material also vary according to the purpose, such as which are used for indoor and outdoor purposes, and based on also residential, public building, garden, park, etc. The principal properties of building material predetermine their application. Only a comprehensive knowledge of properties of material allow a rational choice of material for specific condition. तो हमको सबसे ज़्यादा उनका बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना चाहिए कि कौन सा मटेरियल कहाँ पे यूज़ होता है, बेस्ड ऑन द सर्विस कंडीशन. उनका यूज़ कैसे होता है उसके हिसाब से हमको मटेरियल चूज करना होता है. So due to now the physical properties, density. So density is used with respect to mass per unit volume. Second one, water resistance to ensure wet and dry condition. Water permeability to allow water to penetrate. Thermal capacity to check the stability against heat. Chemical resistance to withstand action of acid, alkalis, seawater and gases. Durability to resist the combined effect of atmospheric factors. So density means घनता. उनका यूज कैसे होता है? So we can know the actual mass per unit volume. Water resistance, how much water it can absorb and how much water it can repel is determined by water resistance and water permeability. Now thermal capacity. So what are the heat repelling capacity that material have? How much heat that material can absorb? It also depends on thermal capacity. Chemical resistance means it should withstand the action of acids, alkalis, likewise. And durability means it should sustain to the design life of that structure. Like if I am building a residential house for 50 years, then it should sustain that for 50 years. So now mechanical properties. So strength, which is resistance to distortion by stress or force. Second one is hardness, ability to absorb energy. Third one, elasticity, ability to return to original shape after removal of external forces. And plasticity, retains new shape after being deformed by external stress. So सबसे पहले क्या है मैकेनिकल प्रॉपर्टीज में? स्ट्रेंथ. सो स्ट्रेंथ का पर्पस क्या है? सो इट विल रेजिस्ट द अप्लाइड फोर्स विदाउट डिफॉर्मेशन और एलोंगेशन. Second one is hardness. So hardness means if we are applying force to the material and it will absorb the energy. Third one, elasticity means if we are using a rubber and we expand, so it will change its shape, and if we remove the tension, then it will regain its original shape. So it's called elasticity. And fourth one is plasticity. So plasticity means if we are applying tension force and removing that tension force, then it will get its new force after certain large amount of tension, because after certain limit of tension the rubber will get new shape because it loses its elasticity, so that it can say like it's a new shape due to a larger amount of external stress. So now the list of building materials. So cement, aggregate, brick, steel, concrete, stone, soil, mortar, timber, plastic, epoxy, fly ash, steel slag, copper slag, bitumen, pipe, wire, cable, smart material, and lastly FRP, fiber reinforced polymer, which is also called as optical fiber. So first, very important building material, which is the essential part for construction of any part of building. So cement is a binder, a substance that sets, hardens and can bind other material together when water is added. Cement characterized as being either hydraulic, the ability of cement to be used in the presence of water, or non-hydraulic, not set in wet conditions or underwater. So सीमेंट की दो तरह की प्रॉपर्टी है, हाइड्रोलिक एंड नॉन हाइड्रोलिक. हाइड्रोलिक मीन्स it will set in the presence of water, and non-hydraulic means it will not set in wet condition or underwater. So cement is essential component of concrete, manufactured through a controlled chemical combination of calcium, silicon, aluminum, iron and other ingredients. So these are the essential elements to manufacture the cement, which are iron oxide, aluminum oxide, silicon oxide, magnesium oxide, and main part is limestone. So these are the raw materials in manufacturing of cement, and in market the availability of cement is in bags, and the weight of that bag is 50 kg. So the four main components that are essential to manufacture the cement as per the Bock compound, which are tricalcium silicate, tricalcium silicate, tricalcium aluminate, tetracalcium aluminoferrite, and these are the chemical formula of that four principal compound, and these are the name of that compound. First one is halide for tricalcium silicate, second one is halide for dicalcium silicate, third one is for halide tricalcium aluminate, and fourth one is halide tricalcium aluminoferrite. So you have to remember these formulas for the preparation. So now, what are the percentage of these four compounds? So first one, tricalcium silicate, it has approximate 48%. Dicalcium silicate approximate 24%. Tricalcium aluminate approximate 13%. Tricalcium aluminoferrite approximately 9%. So these names suggest is synonyms. Tricalcium, so C3 silicate means S. Dicalcium silicate, so C2, di means 2, silicate means S. Tricalcium means C3, aluminate is A. Tetracalcium aluminoferrite, so tetra C4, alumino A, ferrite F. So these also used at this formula formation, like calcium is CaO and silicate is indicated by SiO2. So tricalcium silicate, dicalcium silicate, tricalcium aluminate and tetracalcium aluminoferrite. Okay. So now the effect of these four Bock compound when water is added. So first one, tricalcium silicate, so it gives strength at early stages. Second one, C2S, dicalcium silicate gives strength at progressive और later stage. So इन दोनों में बेसिक डिफरेंस क्या है? जैसे हम पानी को सीमेंट में ऐड करते हैं तो रिएक्शन स्टार्ट होता है, बिकॉज उसमें क्या है, लाइमस्टोन है विच इज कैल्शियम. ओके, सो फर्स्ट 7 days में सबसे पहले किस पार्ट से रिएक्ट करेगा वाटर? C3S से, ट्राई कैल्शियम सिलिकेट से, और उससे उनको स्ट्रेंथ मिलेगी सीमेंट को. ठीक है. नाउ सेकेंड C2S. So after 7 to 14 days, the strength part will be gained from C2S. So it indicates at progressive or later stage. Now third part, C3A. So which is tricalcium aluminate, quick to react with water and give hardening. So the quickest to act with water when water is added in cement is C3A. So it gives a hardening little bit, but which is the first part when water is added to the cement combined. And C4AF, tetracalcium aluminoferrite, responsible for flash set and second to react with water after C3A. So when we are adding the water to the cement, cement will start to set or gain its shape. So if cement is set early, then it is due to larger amount of C4F, because we know the cement will set after certain time period like 6 hours, 10 hours as per the parts of manufacturer content. And this is the main part which is responsible for flash set. So initial setting. So now the main oxide components and their function in cement. So first one is calcium, CaO. So what is the function of calcium? So control the strength and the soundness. And what if it is in lower percentage than the standard amount? So standard amount is 60 to 65%. So its deficiency reduces the strength and setting time. Now silicate. So silicate gives strength, and if is in larger amount, then excess of it causes slow setting, responsible, and the amount of that composition is 17 to 25%. Now aluminate. So aluminate is responsible for quick setting. If it is in excess, it lowers the strength. So 3 to 8% is the standard criteria for selection of aluminate material. Now iron oxide, so gives color. So the color of cement is depends on the iron oxide content and help in fusion of different ingredients. So its percentage is in between 0.5 to 6%. Last one is magnesium oxide. So imparts color and hardness. So hardness is depends on magnesium oxide, and the excess content of magnesium oxide causes the cracks in mortar and concrete and unsoundness. So its composition is 0.5 to 4%. So I will cover the next part of building material in next session of YouTube channel upload. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel Hasmukh Goswami College of Engineering. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this session.